Hello everyone. I have been asked by several people on YouTube to make these journals for them. I could not find the measurements, but I found them in my craft room. So today I want to show you how to make these notepads. What you will need in order to make these notepads, you'll need an 8.5 sheet of paper, 8.5 by 11.5. Once you have cut your paper 8.5 by 11.5, you're then going to score your lines. You're going to score at 5.5. You're going to make another score line at 6, and then you're going to make another score line at 6.5. So that's 5.5, 6, and then 6.5. Once you score your lines, you're then going to fold your paper. You're going to fold on your score lines. And once you have folded your paper on your score lines, you should have one edge of your paper should be longer than the other. You see this? So one is about a 1/2 inch longer than the other one. Once you do that, you're then going to take your scissors and you're going to cut. You should have a score line going across, as you say. You're going to go down about 1.5 inches and you're going to cut up to that score line. Then you're going to go down about another 1/2 inch and you're going to cut that up to the score line. Once you do that, you're then going to take and you're going to put double-sided adhesive, well, tape, sticky tape. You're going to put that on your fold line. You should have 2 fold lines. So one should be here and then one should be here. You're going to take some double-sided adhesive and you're going to, that's sticky tape. You're then going to put this down on your paper. Once you do that, you're going to peel off the sticky tape. And everything I already pre-cut because of time's sake for YouTube. So you're then going to fold that down, press, and then you're going to push this out and fold on your last score line. So this right here now is where your pen is going to go. Once you have adhered that sticky tape down, you press down and then you should have a seam right here. That should be your seam right there. Then what you're going to do, you're then going to get your notepad. And I got these notepads from Staples, but I'm pretty sure that anyone has them. Or Office Max. I think these are the 5x7 sides. What you're going to do is you're going to get a piece of cardstock and you're going to coordinate this with the pattern that you're using on your notepad. And this paper should be 5 inches by 2 inches because you want it to go around the back. Once you take your paper, you're going to go and you're going to adhere this over that staple sign so people will not see that staple sign. And then you're just going to go and you're going to bring it to the back and you're going to now fold it over. And that's all you did. And I already put adhesive on everything for time's sake with YouTube. So now what you're going to do is you're going to now put adhesive on the back of your notepad. Which I did not do because, I mean, that doesn't really take that long. You're just going to take your notepad and you're going to adhere this in the inside. Which is going to be right here. And for time's sake, I already went ahead and I put tape on everything already. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put some pattern paper onto your ink pen. And really, it depends on the size of the ink pen that you're using. So I really can't give you the measurement for that because anyone can use, you know, different size pens. And you're just going to roll this around. And I already put adhesive around it. So you're just going to really just roll it. And just rolling it around. and this is your pen to match, to coordinate with your paper. And then you're just going to stick this in the inside. Okay. Now this first sheet of paper, this measures 8 inches by 4 3/4. You're going to adhere this sheet of paper to the front of your notepad. And that measurement again is 8 inches by 4 3/4. Oops, let me pull this back off. All the way up to the top here. Okay, I think that's a little bit more even. Okay, your pattern paper should measure 7 3/4 by 4 1/2. And what you're going to do is you're just going to go down. And I mean, you could decorate them any way that you prefer to decorate them. They don't have to be decorated any particular way. You can put on here anything that you want to put on. And I'm just going to put some tape on here to adhere so it can stick. And I'm just going to go over that part right there. And we're just going to adhere this to the front. Okay. Now what you are going to do is you're going to adhere anything that you want to put on the front of your book. What I am adhering to the front of my book are these squares. And actually you could use a pop-up dot for these if you would like. Whatever you prefer. I just put some adhesive just to kind of give you an idea of what you can put on here. Move these around so. And then I'm going to put a ribbon on the front, which I already put a pop dot. Now what I use for my squares, to make my squares, I used my Nestabilities large dies. I used the large classic and then the classic scallop large. They coordinate with each other. And that's how I made this right here. And I'm going to probably stamp this and put something on here. So let me fix my bow a little bit. Actually, I would probably prefer my bow on the other side. And I'll stamp those and maybe put like hello, friend, something else on here. So that is how you make these. So I'll go over with you again the measurements. You're going to take an 8 1/2 sheet of paper by 11 1/2. And once you take that sheet of paper, you're going to score it at 5 1/2, 6, and 6 1/2. And once you score that, you're then going to fold your paper over, put your adhesive in the inside, which will be double-sided sticky tape, and you're going to fold that over. And then once you fold that over, remember to cut your line. Go down about a 1 1/2 inch cut, then a 1/2 inch and cut, because you need that measurement to stick your pen inside of. And then after that, your paper should measure, your first sheet should be 8 inches by 4 3/4, and then your pattern paper should be 7 3/4 by 4 1/2. And you can make your paper, the front of your cover, look however you want to make it look. Like all of them are different. So that is how you make the notepads. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope this was helpful. Have a nice day. Bye bye.